Joining me on the phone now is California Congresswoman Barbara Lee. Congresswoman, thank you for being with me. Obviously, Oakland is your district. I am so terribly sorry about all of this. What can you tell us about the communication you've had with the mayor and the different city officials there about their efforts?
Sure. I've spoken with the mayor, and we're about to have another call. But let me just say, this is a tragedy beyond proportions. It's horrific. It's something that we can't even imagine. And so right now, I think everyone we're praying and offering our condolences and addressing the real grief and mourning that's taking place in the city. It is so important that families of loved ones and friends call the phone number, and I'm pleased that you have the number posted, the 510-382-3000. That is the Family Notification Center, because we don't know what is taking place in terms of loss of life. You know, our first responders, our fire chief, the firefighters are doing a phenomenal job, but they still can't even enter the building. And so right now, I think the mayor is correct. We've got to focus on the compassionate care and humanitarian concerns of people who are grieving, of the community that's grieving. We certainly, at the federal level, will bring in all appropriate federal resources once we know what's appropriate and needed.
Congresswoman,
Pelosi has called to offer her.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. Congresswoman, stay with me. I've just learned we have another press conference updating everyone on the situation. Let's listen in. Sergeant Ray Kelly.
So that has slowed things down. We continue to have our Family Assistance Center up. It's actually functioning very well now. We just talked to the mayor, and she's going back over there to meet with the families again. The Oakland Police Department has some updates regarding the activity in this part of the city and what's going to go on here for the next 48 hours. We will anticipate that we will be here at least through Sunday, maybe early Monday morning. We'd like to get this place back functioning as quickly as possible, but Officer Watson will talk about that.
Thank you, Sergeant Kelly. So for this evening until Monday morning, this will be our media staging area. So if you're already here, we will not change this location. If you anticipate coming here, the location is 30th Street International. Entrance from 30th onto International will be the ingress and egress. So we're leaving media staging for briefings until Monday morning. We'll assess then at that time. Additionally, tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, we will hold a media availability. The media availability will provide any updated information that had occurred over the evening, or over this evening. If there's a significant development tonight.
All right, we'll continue monitoring this press conference out of Oakland. Again, they don't seem to have any more updates on victim numbers for us at this point in time. We'll bring you more information as we have it. Back with me on the phone is Representative Barbara Lee of California. Oakland is in her district. Let's talk about the victims, because I spoke with a freelance journalist earlier from the area. A number of his friends were at this warehouse. A number of them are missing. And he said a lot of the people at this party last night were key members of Oakland's music community, artists. What can you tell us about some of these people? Obviously, we're not releasing their identities. We don't have their identities at this point in time. But tell us a little bit about this musicians community.
Well, and again, in respecting the family and loved ones of the victims, it's very difficult to really talk about anything as it relates to them other than the fact that our condolences and prayers go out to the victims. But, Oakland is a community of artists, creative people, of people who really have visions and who understand the importance of culture and art. And so, once again, to really hone in on this, I think we have to focus on just making sure that the family and victims are supported and cared for during this moment, and that the grieving and the mourning process get move forward in a way that leads to some healing. It's hard to imagine, how people are feeling now, because I know for myself personally, it's something that I can't even begin to explain in terms of the emotional reaction to this tragedy. And so we have to, as we move forward and as our first responders attempt to get into the building, really focus on supporting them, lifting them up, and finding every resource that's necessary. And again, at the federal level, I'm going to make sure that all appropriate federal resources are brought to bear. But for right now, we have to really address the humanitarian and the compassionate care for those who are suffering as a result of this tremendous loss.
And Congresswoman, our thoughts with all of those families, and also our thanks and our deepest gratitude to the first responders working throughout the day and the night on this, trying to get access in that building and, and properly treat the remains of the victims. Congresswoman Barbara Lee, thank you.